Hello, my wonderful people. Welcome back to Spice Channel TV. The organized labor had earlier mentioned that they will resume the suspended strike if the federal government and the National Assembly fails to meet its demand on the proposed minimum wage. They had announced that they might resume their strike on Tuesday, but now the NLC has come again to announce that it will not embark on a strike action today, Tuesday, to demand a new minimum wage. This decision was reached by the NLC President Joe Ajuro at the ongoing International Labour Congress in Switzerland. Ajuro had noted that they cannot declare strike now because the figures are with the president. He added that the committee's proposals are awaiting the president's decision and the NLC's executive council will deliberate on the new figure once it is announced. And during the tenure of the past president, the figure that was proposed to him was 27,000, but he increased it to 30,000, and they are hopeful that the president will do the right thing because the president had noted that the difference between 62k and 250k is a wide gap, he said. Although Joe Ajero had berated governors who decided that they wouldn't be able to pay the minimum wage of 62,000. He noted that how can any governor say they cannot pay? I mean, they can not also be calling for the decentralization of the minimum wage, because it is a shame that these governors whose states are generating billions of dollars are saying that they cannot, go ahead with this amount of, payment for the minimum wage. Now, they should also decentralize their salaries. Although Joe Ajuro went out of his way and praised Governor Godwin Obaseki, who is paying 70,000 naira as minimum wage in Edo State, as a good example to be emulated. Now, if a governor like Obaseki is paying 70k as the minimum wage, where do you think he's getting his money from? This is the kind of governor that should be emulated and not the lazy ones that goes around, saying that they can't afford to pay workers 60,000 as the minimum wage every month. So my country people, the labor union has decided not to embark on this strike as they await Tinubu's nod on their minimum wage proposal. We really hope that the president will not disappoint them this time around, because the NLC and the president, the federal government, have been at loggerheads with each other for quite some time. And this has led, the NLC's leadership to rolling out the strike action, which ought to have been held on Thursday. Yes. Now, the NLC president has made this known that the submission of the 62k proposed by the government will not work. They are still insisting on the 250,000 naira, but then they are waiting for the president's nod on this. Anything less than 250k, they are not going to accept. So my country people, the NLC and the TUC are to wait while the federal government comes to a reasonable conclusion on this their minimum wage proposal. And this is why they cannot embark on this strike on Tuesday as a result of this. So I'm sure they are still giving the federal government ultimatum. They are still giving them some time to ponder over this so that they can come to a reasonable conclusion. And I really hope that the president will do the right thing this time around, though, because we don't want any problems anymore with the labor leaders. And I'm very sure that the Nigerian governors are not even helping matters. they are just trying to frustrate the labor's efforts on this minimum wage. They are not helping matters at all. They are not, because the government is proposing 62,000. They are saying they cannot pay 60,000 naira. It seems that they are working hand in hand with the federal government to frustrate the efforts of the labor union. But the thing is, Nigerians are currently hoping that this will not end up the way it used to end up before in the past, because the organized labor last Tuesday had suspended the nationwide strike for 5 days, to allow uninterrupted meetings with the federal government and the committee being set up. And now they said they will embark on a strike today. Joe Ajuro has come out again to say that they are not embarking on this strike to be held on Tuesday today. So what are we going to expect next from this NLC leadership? Well, Nigerians have reacted. Obaseki is playing politics. He cannot do that if he is to remain in that seat for more than 6 months or a year. No state can pay outrageous minimum wage that will not afford them to attend other pressing needs. NLC should stop making reference to the take-home of the governors or legislators. It has been there for long. Let them go and canvass for regional government or parliamentary system of government where little goes to the legislators. Governors are buying SUVs for lawmakers and entertaining themselves with billions at the expenses of the masses. It will never be well with our selfish and greedy politicians. It is not surprising, without being told. Everyone knows that you have been given your own share of the national cake, and now you are looking for an excuse to sell the Nigerian workers out. Since you are praising the Edo governor for 70k, it means that 70k is enough for you now, Abi. The Nigerian governors are mean and wicked, but let's watch how everything will play out. Okay, guys, these are reactions from Nigerians. This labor leader called Joe Ajuro, his ways, tends to be very, very crooked, because this guy's ways is not pure at all. Joe Ajuro is not a stable human being in any way. He always, he sways from time to time, coming up with different stories. All their strike actions, starting from October last year, since October last year, has not hold any water. They haven't made any tangible impact ever since they started this strike action last year, October. So I'm wondering where all this would lead everyone to. So my country people, what are your thoughts on this? I'm dropping here. Kindly share your thoughts concerning this in the comments section. Thank you.